Hey James, how you doing today?
Not too bad. Getting over a little bit of a cold, but I'm hanging in there.
Is that why your team is playing so terribly?
What? What are you talking about? You know that me and you are both 7-3, right? We're now the seven
Hey,
and
who's number one in your division? Is it you?
well,
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. So anyway, hey James, did you make a bet last week that Tom Brady wouldn't destroy?
I don't
I'm just
recall that.
uncertain because I haven't seen a video of you chugging two glasses of milk and running half a mile. So
Listen, I was gonna do it on Sunday, but I had to take a friend back to school Monday. Not a big deal. I had to buy a house Tuesday when I was going to drink it, or I had friends come over, and then I also ran out of milk. And then yesterday I got my cold, and today I've just been bad. So I really shouldn't be doing that. I don't want to get even more sick. But I promise the video will come. I never welch on a bet. So
all
that's how
right,
come.
do we have a
No.
bet this week?
What would the bet be?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, here's my question for you, James.
Okay.
What is it like to not have Travis Kelsey on your team? Because I got to be honest, I learned last week how horrible tight ends are. Like,
Yeah.
so how does it feel as a non-Kelsey owner?
It wouldn't feel that big of a difference if Kittle didn't get injured, but yeah, tight ends are not that good and that consistent, so it's a little bit of a bummer. Luckily, I have had a little bit of production from John Smith, but um, even that, like he's just barely squeaking by, giving me around 8 to 10 points. But like a few weeks in a row, he had 1, 2, 3 points for 4 weeks in a row there. So uh, it's rough. Hopefully he'll get some big points again, but we'll see against the Baltimore defense.
Look, here's the thing. I would love to have James Robinson still. I think he's the number four or number five running back on the year. That being said, like it is not a bad consolation prize having Travis Kelsey. Like I need him to stay healthy. He is such a big difference maker. Man, tight ends are the worst. I would love to eliminate tight ends. Like,
Yeah.
but that's just me complaining. Anyway, all right, let's get into some of the matchups this week. I want to start off this week with Eric versus Donrat. Eric versus Donrat. So gobble gobble.
Right.
Um, he is going to try and roll with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know how great that move is. He's questionable to play. There's talk about him not being able to play, and they would most likely go to the backup. So gobble gobble. I think you just need to roll with someone else this week. There's a few good options out there, and I say a few good ones. I mean, Jameis Winston, he gives you a huge upside playing the Falcons. Now he's a double-edged sword, but you being in Tampa, I already know that. Cam Newton's still out there. You could roll with Wentz, Jared Goff, like just quite a few options out there. I think that will suit you better than Teddy Bridgewater. If I were you, because I'm playing against Donrat and he's projected to destroy you, and he has a better team than you, I would just roll with Jameis and see what happens. What do you think about that?
First of all, this is awful. Don Rat, like, sorry, Eric, your team is pretty bad, and this is basically a guaranteed win to me for Don Rat, which is really bad for me because even if I win, I think I'm still gonna be second in my division, and I was really hoping Don Rat would have a tougher matchup. He's got a solid team. I don't really know who's out there. I mean, it looks like he's got to get not just a quarterback, but a running back, a wide receiver, a new kicker, a new defense. Like, so it's just looking really rough. John Ratz definitely probably could bench one of his players and still pull this one off. I think. And maybe you should do that because you'll win, but then maybe that gives me a chance to win and also get a few more points than you and go back on top.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ravens defense versus Tennessee is going to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, the Ravens defense is always a good difference maker. I don't know. The Steelers defense is going to be putting up interceptions. and touchdowns this week. I could be wrong, but my gut's telling me that that's not going to work. Luckily, Eric gets Tyreek Hill back this week, and you know, maybe you roll with Mike Gesicki. I don't love that call. I don't, again, feel particularly good about him, especially since Tua took over. So I would roll with someone like Logan Thomas. I think Logan Thomas is a great pickup, especially for tight end this week. Take your shot with Irv Smith. Maybe he can get in the end zone against Dallas. It seems like everyone can get in the end zone against Dallas. So a few options for you there. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think Don Rat wins this one pretty decisively. That being said, obviously, I thought I had a decisive win against Rhett last week. And oh, man, I was humbled. Like, I don't know what happened, but man, like that was a tough matchup. Didn't put out my best, and again, I just blame the fact that I didn't have Kelsey. So he is the reason for all my problems. Shame on you, Kelsey, for getting a bye. Yeah. The crazy thing is, I think the number one tight end on the week. So if we look at tight ends last week, um, no one had a good tight end week. Number one tight end was Rob Gronkowski. He got 12 points on 2 catches. He literally caught 2 balls. One of them was in the end zone, and he
Yeah.
was the number one tight end on the week. So tight ends are just horrible, man. Yeah, so not a great week for me. And yeah, obviously my defense got 0 points. It was rough. So anyway, all right. So let's move on to you versus Jake Locker. So I'm excited about this one, man. You've been really harsh on Zach all year. You have trash talked him all year, telling him that he's in the toilet bowl, that he's gonna lose, he's gonna come in last place, that he has the worst team. Man, this guy has strung together some wins. And is 4-6. He's not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs in any way. He has your Mike Davis. He has your Christian McCaffrey backup. He has a solid team. He might even get Kenny Galladay back this week. Are you nervous about your matchup with Zach? Yes or no? And what makes you most nervous? Who do you think is going to pull him ahead this week if you do think that he can beat you?
I was a little upset that Don Rat had such an easy game against Eric, but I think I have an easier game against Zach. Zach, dude, your team's awful. You are projected to outscore me. I agree, but listen. First of all, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but Justin Herbert got his hair cut. It looks like a little scared little boy now, and so I don't think you're going to get any points out of him. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, Mike Davis. I know you tried to give him to me. I'm still holding out for Chris McCaffrey. He's going to come back, but I don't think he's going to do much. I'm not too worried. I don't know. I feel like last week it kind of showed me where you were humbled. I thought I was going to lose for sure last week, but my players made some big plays, and I think I'm due for some more big plays from my lineup, and I think Zach is going to end up being a kind of predictable loss as I've thought he would be all year. So sorry, Zach. I think you're losing against me, and that's about it.
So I don't feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to have a good game, and it's just a gut call. Obviously, he's going up against a tough defense. We've seen Aaron Rodgers get rattled this year and just put up a stinker. Now, I'm not saying he's a terrible player and that you should drop him and start the other quarterback options. I just don't know that you're gonna have a walk-off win like you think. I have severe questions about James Conner. I have severe questions about his usage. Christian Kirk tonight, though, I think will give you a good idea. If he goes off tonight, even with 1 catch, which he obviously has in him, against the Seattle defense, I think you'll know exactly where you sit. So, so in the interest of betting, you want to take a bet on Christian Kirk? You want to take a bet on Aaron Rodgers?
Let's do Christian Kirk.
Okay, what's your bet, man?
I think Christian Kirk is going to score me at least 16 points tonight.
Okay, I will definitely take that bet easily. I would have. I don't think he's getting in the end zone, man. So I would have given you the line at like 12, but yeah, 16, give it to me, man.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what does loser have to do?
All right. Let's see. Loser has to. Oh man. Why don't we make it? No, I can't do that. I was gonna say double or nothing. I can't drink
You.
4 glasses of milk. I still have to
Okay,
do
hey,
2 glasses.
we'll do double or nothing in the sense you double the mileage. I'll do double
Okay.
or nothing. So still 2 glasses of whole milk. We'll do 1 mile instead of two. Can you actually run a mile? I'm just curious. Like,
Yeah, I can run a mile. I run all the time, like every other month.
all right, yeah, I'll do that bet easily. Oh man, I can't wait to see you run a whole mile. That's gonna be
Okay.
amazing.
All right.
All right. So you pick you to win. Ah, I gotta go with. I got. Yeah, I gotta go with Zach on this one. Yeah, I'm going with Zach. That's what my gut says. All right, I'm going with Zach. All right, so let's go. Alex versus Milkos. Alex versus Milkos. So Russell Wilson didn't do great last week. He plays Arizona tonight. I think this is a great get right game for him. I see him having the advantage in the quarterback position against Joe Burrow. Um, DeAndre Swift though popped up today with a concussion and is questionable to play this weekend, which stinks because he was finally named the starter and he looks so good. Being a Georgia guy, I love DeAndre Swift. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with Joe Mixon either. Devontae Adams is also questionable. So at this point, Milkos is scraping together a team. He just went and picked up Carlos Hyde. Um, Maybe he'll be relevant. I don't know. He's got again hamstring injury that he's gonna try and battle through. So all in all, I don't love Milkos's players just based on health. And I think because of that, I'm going to give the win to Alex. I like Alex's team this week. I like the matchups just ever so slightly. That being said, I think both these teams put up the lowest score of the week. I think they're in the bottom of everyone else. What are your thoughts?
I don't know about the lowest score of the week, although I played Alex last week and none of his guys showed up and he had like 70 points. So maybe I guess it could happen. Um, but yeah, I think Alex does have a lot of good matchups this week. And his team does look healthier. So I would probably go ahead and go with him winning. And again, I'm not sure if it's going to be the lowest of the week, but I guess we'll wait and see.
All right. Who do you have winning this game, though? I'm going with Alex.
Yeah, Alex. I want
Okay,
Alex.
okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right. So next, let's go to Spicy Meatloaf, our champ, the one who took me down last week, unfortunately, and gave me another stain on my season, versus Chad Allen. Um, I got to be honest, man. Out of all the people in the league, Chad is definitely my favorite. In terms of like the way that he plays, I wish I could play like Chad. I like Chad's mindset. He's not ridiculous. He knows that his players aren't just like crazy out of this world talented, but the guy knows how to string together a winning lineup. He knows when to risk it. He knows when to play it safe. Again, I really like his team. James Robinson, I think, is due for another top 10 week. The guy just seems to be unstoppable. As his team gets worse, he gets better. So he's just been solid. Kyler Murray tonight, man, if he doesn't put up 35 points, I'll just be surprised. The guy can rush. The guy can throw. He makes my running backs irrelevant. Like I don't know that I'm going to play Kenyon Drake or Chase Edmonds tonight because the running back that I want is Kyler Murray. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the way he plays. But, but, but I've said it before and I stick with it. Rhett is the luckiest guy in fantasy football. Uh, he just picked up Rex Burkhead and he won. He beat out everybody else who made the bid. I think everyone made some sort of bid on him, or most of us did. Um, Josh Jacobs, again, Mr. pretty much irrelevant, but put up massive touchdowns last week. So I can see his players getting into the end zone. If Andy Dalton comes back, that should make Amari Cooper relevant. He made a pretty decent trade and acquired Adam Thielen, who I still absolutely loathe. And the fact that he put up 2 touchdowns when he played me just reemphasizes how much I despise Adam Thielen. So I'm excited for these matchups. I think these guys are going to both put up big points. I think both teams are going to put up big numbers. Josh Jacobs is going to control the clock because I think the Raiders want the sweep against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I see both of these teams going over 115 points. I have to give the edge, though, to Rhett, and it's not because I don't like Chad's team. It's simply because of touchdown upside. I think Hayden Hurst has a big game this week. That's a great pickup against the Saints and Jameis, or the Jameis-led Saints. I think they're gonna have a big shootout, and so I have to go with Rhett as the winner. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I would have to go with Red as well. I really like his matchups a lot better. He's got, um, just a lot of great matchups. I think Adam Thielen going against Dallas's defense is going to be pretty big. He's probably going to get himself another 2 touchdowns. I think uh, that Jacobs is going to, like you said, he's going to run the ball like crazy against Kansas City, and he's just an awesome running back. I think you mentioned that James Robinson is a solid guy, but he's going against Pittsburgh defense, so I'm not sure how much production he is going to get against Pittsburgh. I do think Kyle Murray is going to blow up tonight, and so I'm excited to watch this game tonight with Kyle Murray and Russell Wilson going up against each other because last time was a really high scoring game, and I do think that's going to happen as well. But yeah, I think Rhett's got the better matchups, and I see him pulling this one out as well.
All right. Let's move on to me versus Drew. Drew Cassidy, Cast to the Future, is now his official name. No more run it back, which is probably good because his running backs are very suspect. So, yeah, Cast to the Future. Um, Man, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because this has divisional implications. Now, while I'm leading the division in points, and even if I lose, I'll still be number one seeded. Um, if the last 2 matchups of the season don't go right for me, I could lose out my bye to Drew. So I really want this win. I feel pretty confident having Kamara and Henry. Um, I think Henry against Baltimore is going to be a good play. I don't know why. My gut is just telling me I think he's going to do well against the Ravens defense. My secret weapon, though, this week, can you guess who it is? Who do you think on my team is going to go nuts and go crazy?
Uh,
Besides Travis Kelsey, who, man, look at him. Like, the guy's a
yeah.
stud.
Uh, I'm thinking you're gonna have a pretty good game from Kenyon Drake.
See, that's interesting. That's not who I was thinking of.
Ah,
I might
okay.
even pull Drake and play Robert Woods. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Or Robert Woods, sorry, DJ Chark. I think Terry McLaurin is the wide receiver of the week. I just, man, again, gut call. I just feel really good about him. I think he's the difference maker. I think this is the smallest margin of victory by me this week. And so, yeah, even with Mahomes' magic, and I think Mahomes wants revenge against the Raiders, and I think he will put up at least 3 touchdowns. I feel really good about my shot about winning this week. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with um, myself over Drew, but just barely.
Right. Uh, yeah, I think I would probably go with yourself as well. Just looking at your lineup versus Drew, yours looks more complete. Especially your running backs are really solid. I mean, if Kamara uh, doesn't play because of his foot injury, you still have Murray on your bench that you can replace him with, and he'll probably do really well against Atlanta. So there's not a whole lot to worry about there. Um, I think if Drew had better running backs, it would be a lot tighter. I think it'll still be tight, but I think it would make me lean a little bit more towards him. But I like your team better.
All right, so my favorite matchup of the week, the one I look most forward to, something that I would say is a dream matchup for me. Um, Matt versus Carrie, husband and wife. So this is interesting. I was listening to one of my fantasy football podcasts, and someone submitted a question that sounded eerily similar to Carrie's predicament. So I don't know if she's listening to podcasts on the side, but um, it caught my attention, and so I'm really intrigued by this. The Spouse Bowl, our first Spouse Bowl. I'm very excited for this. Hopefully, in the future, we get some more Spouse Bowls. Except I don't know that my wife or your wife will ever want to play. But yeah, this is awesome. I love this. I love having bragging rights in the house. If both these teams don't make it to the playoffs, if they both make it to play, it doesn't matter. You get to say, I'm better than you at fantasy football. And it's going to be true because this is where you can play it out. I love this matchup. Deshaun Watson, I think, is going to have a very good game against New England. Their defense is not what it was last year, and the way they play and the way they try to slow the clock down, I think, is going to open up doors for Deshaun Watson. Um, I don't love Tom Brady against the Rams, which is why I went with my gut and I picked up the Rams defense. I think the Rams defense are going to slow him down and frazzle him. I think this is a big Miles Sanders game. I think that this is also a good week to play Jonathan Taylor. Green Bay has a great funnel defense. So, what they want to do is let you run the ball. I know Taylor has been not what you hoped he would be. I thought that he would be what James Robinson is, but I would play Taylor confidently, and so that would be my advice to Carrie. Play Jonathan Taylor, and yeah, I like him better than I like the other options at running back that she has. Calvin Ridley is still questionable. So if you want to roll with Marvin Jones, put him in your wide receiver position and then put Jonathan Taylor in your flex position. I feel really good about him this week. Um, Zeke, I don't know what's going on with him. Uh, it's funny. I just now noticed they both have a Rams running back. So Malcolm Brown and Daryl Henderson. So this will be a fun one to watch. I'm excited to see this. Tyler Lockett, I know he was questionable for tonight, but man, I think the last time that he put up big points was, yeah, he put up 45 points the last time he played the Cardinals. So maybe this is a great matchup for him. Mark Andrews is going to do a lot better now that Boyle is out for some time with his, I think it's an MCL sprain or some kind of knee injury. So, yeah, this is a great matchup. I don't know who's going to win this one. Going with my gut, though, why don't you go first?
Man, you took a lot of information there. I feel like I'd just be saying the exact same things as you going up and down the lineup. But yeah, the one thing I noticed was Tyler Lockett. The last time he played against Arizona, he did blow up big. If Matt gets another huge performance from Tyler Lockett, then I think it brings it a lot closer than I know right now. Carey's projected at 62% over him, but I think that brings it a lot closer. Um, and then it's going to be more of a tight race there. Um, this is hard because, yeah, it's a husband and wife. I can see why you don't want to necessarily say who you're going to go
I
for.
have my
But
answer,
yeah,
and
more
it's
first.
going to come down to the running backs.
Right,
I'm
right.
going with Carrie. She has the better running backs, and I think, as we all have found out, running backs make the difference. Well, as we all know, Kelsey makes the difference. But outside of Travis Kelsey, the running backs make the difference. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Carrie. Um, I would not be shocked if I was upset this week, though. So,
Right.
who are you going with?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. Kerry does have the better running backs. I mean, Matt's got Malcolm Brown in there. He's not projected to do very well. He's never really well, he's had a couple games, and as of late, he had a decent game against Seattle, but he'll have a tougher time against Tampa Bay. And then Elliott, even though he's got a good matchup, I mean, I think because they haven't really been able to get their passing game together, it's a little bit, I don't know, easier for the defenses to predict. I got to stop plan for this guy and stop him. So I don't know that Elliott's going to get a huge amount of points, even though he'll probably get a lot of touches. He'll probably run the ball a lot. He hasn't had a big game since week 1 and week 5 against the New York Jets. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Kerry as well.
All right, so I'm excited to see what happens on this one. Any other people that you think should be picked up or rostered that are currently unrostered, or are you trying to save those people for yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to save those people for myself. I might need them, but I will say, Matt and Kerry, remember, don't go to bed on your anger. Right away.
Yeah, so very exciting weeks. Again, huge playoff implications right now. Again, currently, the teams in the playoffs are myself, Drew, Milkos, Mast, Carrie, and you. So that could still change over the next 3 weeks. This is going to be exciting. Don't give up. Remember, everyone has a chance to win. The best team does not always take home the title. I know that firsthand. And not only that, but remember, you don't want that license plate. Double or nothing on our bet, James. Any other bets you want to take this week?
No, I think if I can get better, feel good by the weekend, I'm either going to drink, well, I'm going to drink 2 glasses of milk, but I'm either going to run half a mile or a full mile. The nice thing is I'll be at my in-laws' house this weekend. They have a very long driveway, so I can actually get a decent run in there. So yeah.
That's how I know you've never run a mile, because, or it's been a long time. You don't run a mile on a driveway. Like,
You do on this driveway, they basically like, I feel like they're millionaires until I realize they live in Mississippi and it really doesn't cost that much money for that much land.
all right, man. Well, hey, have a good week. Give me a pose with the man behind you. I'll pose with my guy. Ready?
All right. Ready?
All right. Have a good week. Good luck.
Yeah.